At birth, women inherit their father's family name, as do the boys. And then at marriage, women give up their father's family name and take on their husband's family name. So basically, women don't have their own name. There's no lineage in the form of names. And we as women then pass this conditioning onto our own children. So as I said, that this doesn't apply to all women, because some women keep their own name when they get married, but then don't pass their own name onto their children, so their children have their husband's family name. And some women do have their own name and do pass it on to their children. But hopefully that covers all the bases here and you're really clear on this. I'm talking about the dominant system that we have in our culture. Not so long ago, women didn't have their own bank accounts. Women couldn't own their own home. Women couldn't own land. Women couldn't vote. Women couldn't do certain jobs by law. Women got married, would go and live with their husband's family and take on their husband's family name, and then their children would have their husband's family name. There's lots of different cultural reasons that happened, and it might have been a very helpful thing at the start and a healthy thing. So I'm not, again, going to get into that because I know some cultures' history. I don't know other cultures. Don't really want to get into the technicalities of it, but that's generally what happened. And that's still what happens in some countries. However, let's look at now. What happens now, generally? Women have their own bank accounts. Woohoo, revolution. Women own their own homes. Fantastic. Women own land. Fabulous. Women can vote. Hey, women can do any job. Women get married and take their husband's name and give their children their husband's family name. So I'm curious why we still do this last one. Is it out of date? In 2020, is this norm still relevant? What effect is it having on the empowerment or not of women? How does that land with men? What's it say to men? And what are we saying to our daughters and sons with this pattern? What messages are we passing on here? And then I also want to talk about the alternatives. So I am going to keep this episode quite short and sweet so that the message is really succinct and you can go away and have a think about it, see how it lands, see how it digests. And then I'd love to hear from you in the Sacred Womb Facebook group. The link is in the show notes. Because I feel this is quite a sensitive, possibly triggering topic, I would ask that you wait a few days to percolate this. Even if you feel inspired by it and you don't feel triggered, I just ask you to let your system digest it and dream on it and look at the world with this information and wonder how you might feel different, how your family might be different, how your immediate culture might be different, and then wider, if women had their own name and continued their lineage through their name.